All right, welcome, Disney Jeez.
Our producer's walking out of the room.
Yeah, that's the way that works. I can feel the chair starting to go down.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to the new time for the Parkhoppers Live. Welcome. My name is Parkhopper John.
I'm Parkhopper Sid.
And we come to you from www.parkhoppers.com. So glad that you are here. Thank you for taking time on your schedule. Thanks for adjusting. We have the new time. This works out way better for us. And it works out a lot better. It works better for a lot of people, they've told us, because sometimes you get to 8 o'clock and they're trying to put kids to bed, they're trying to do this and that. Right.
So this just seems to work for lots of people, not just us.
So this works out well for us. So thanks for being a part. Jeffrey's in the house.
All about you.
Works out better for us. Yes, but it does. It does work out better for us. Rebecca, hey, pal. Saw you last night. Thanks for joining us tonight. So want to let you guys know right off the bat about our meetup. We're joining up with our Disney Parks podcast. The other half of my life, I guess third, I should say, the other third of my life is the Disney Parks podcast. So we're doing our big meetup Saturday, March 24th. Yeah, something like that. That's March 24th. We're going to meet at noon. We're going to be over at the Pool Bar and Grill, PB&G, over at the Four Seasons. Come on, hang out. It's a lot of fun. There's no personal parking, self-parking. It's all valet, but they'll validate. So I think parking's only like
if you eat something.
5 something, yeah.
Yeah. So
you have to do that. Snowy Massachusetts. It was 41 when I walked the dogs today, hence why I'm wearing the jacket, because it's still a little chilly here. Somebody was busting my hump because the high today was 70. But when I took the picture, it was in the 40s.
Yes.
So anyway, we want to make sure that you come.
It took a while to get to, it was 69 when I left work. So I think it went over, it kind of went high 70. Yeah. And then it ran away again.
Went right back down. So getting back to the meetup, we want to make sure that you're coming. Go to the events page at Parkhoppers on Facebook. Let us know you're coming, because we want to get a proper head count. Because one of the things that Chef Mikey over there at the Pool Bar and Grill is doing for us is he is smoking some coffee for us.
Oh,
if you've never had smoked coffee, it will change your life. He smokes the beans, then grinds the beans, and makes the coffee just like normal. It just adds a complexity, another layer of flavors.
I think you're still sinking.
I'm done. I'm all the way down. I'm as far down as I can get right now.
We are not the same height.
That's okay. I'll live.
You guys have better?
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
I get to be the tall one.
Yeah, you do the tall one today. So that's that. All right.
And since you mentioned it, don't forget, if you are not already following us, follow us out on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, we're still not Snapchatting.
Not gonna
happen.
Not gonna.
So
we do have Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, www.parkhoppers.com. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that covers
all of those social medias. You can find us at WDW Parkhoppers with an S on the end. Still paying the price for not getting the WW Parkhopper.
And I think there was somebody that tried it with a Z, but they didn't last very long. So.
Yeah, no, that did not work out well. So
no, and if you can't find them, come to our website, and there's links there. So
yep, absolutely.
You can definitely find us.
Absolutely. All right, let's get into it, shall we?
All right, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I'm a little heartbroken. So, Magic Kingdom is removing the beloved citrus swirl and replacing it with an orange swirl.
Mm-hmm.
So, in Magic Kingdom, there's been a change on the Sunshine Street Terrace menu. Instead of the citrus swirl, the iconic park snack is now listed as the orange swirl. The original formula for citrus swirl when it arrived in the park, and the recipe that's been used since 2012 and the original formula returned after a hiatus, was basically frozen orange juice swirled with vanilla soft serve. Now the formula is straight up orange Dole Whip soft serve and vanilla Dole Whip soft serve.
Straight up, yo.
Straight up. So this is how it was pre-2012. So they had it, they went away from it, they had it, and now we're back away from it.
Right.
So, yeah. So it was original, non-original, original, back to non-original.
Right.
So this is, so alas, the citrus swirl as we know it and love it is in fact gone. I'm going to say for now, because this
It'll
is
come
Disney.
back. It'll come back.
It's just orange and vanilla soft serve. The tightness of the frozen orange juice has given way to sweetness of the soft serve. And that, in fact, what we heard from the awesome cast members we spoke to, were that was the goal.
Right.
So there were some people that really didn't like the tart. They expect these sweet overtones, especially in a theme park.
Yeah. So now instead of a sweet and tart option, the sweet option being the Dole Whip, the tart option being the orange citrus, now we have sweet and sweet.
Yeah.
So whatever.
I kind of looking forward to trying it because we were not huge Disney fans back then in that time. True. So we would like to go and try it.
Now we did have an orange swirl or citrus swirl a while ago because it was mixed. It was really cool looking, and we had one. And I remember you commenting then about how sweet it was. And I'm like, oh, so this ought to just send you through the roof.
Well, and it's still a swirl.
Right.
It's just different.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Absolutely.
All right. Moving on.
All right. So if you're coming to Walt Disney World over the Easter holiday and you want to attend Easter service, Disney has created an opportunity for you to do just that, which I think is interesting.
Now, is this new?
No, Disney's done this before.
Okay.
So Disney's Contemporary Resort is holding Easter religious services. On Easter Sunday, religious services are going to be held at the Contemporary Resort in the Fantasia Ballroom. Now, the ironic thing is Easter this year falls on April 1st. So this would be a heck of a funny April Fool's joke if I were.
Can you imagine all the churches that would advertise services and then just say, we're taking today off?
Psych. So if you're Catholic, you can have Mass at 8 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. And if you were looking for a Protestant version, that's going to be at 9:15. So they're going to be churning and burning through those services. It's going to be kind of like my Easter Sunday. Disney recommends that most guests staying at monorail resorts use the monorail or watercraft to get to the Contemporary Resort. All other park guests should use Walt Disney World Resort transportation to the Magic Kingdom and then transfer to a shuttle bus.
I think they're saying parking is going to suck.
Yeah, that'll take you to the Contemporary. Contemporary Resort, Polynesia Village, and Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa parking lots will be operated, but they're going to be parking with parking restrictions. So if you're just wanting to go to Disney Easter services, it's going to be very difficult for you to just go and park. So go to the Wilderness Lodge for breakfast and then just hop on a boat. You didn't hear that from me, though.
I don't know what you're talking about.
True.
All right. Now we're moving over to Epcot.
Yeah, buddy.
Epcot's Odyssey is being remodeled to become a flex space. Okay. Epcot's Odyssey is set for a light remodel in preparation for its expanded role as a flex use space in the park. The building between the Mexico Pavilion and Test Track has been operating seasonally, mainly for the festivals, but it's intended to fit into part of Epcot's evolution.
Right.
So they've really been trying to do some upgrades and changes, and all of these different spaces that are only sort of sometimes maybe used, they're trying to make them more streamlined.
Right.
It's a good thing.
Right.
David Kesting, the general manager of Epcot Festival, recently stated that the Odyssey will serve multiple purposes, potentially housing a restaurant, merchandise shop, or character greeting area on any given day. Oh, thank goodness, because there is just not enough shopping.
I know. You know, just keep going. I'll talk about it.
Okay.
Thanks.
In preparation for the expanded role, the Odyssey is receiving a refurbishment that will replace the panels with glass windows so that the guests inside can view the park and guests passing by can see the events and exhibits from the outside. So pretty much they're building an aquarium. Okay. No official announcements regarding the Odyssey's specific role or construction plans or calendar dates or anything has been released. Just we're dangling a carrot.
Right. Well, this is not a bad thing necessarily.
Not a bad
The
carrot.
Odyssey has been kind of an eyesore, needing to be refurbished. I mean, they've used it several times for the Food and Wine Festival. They've used it during the Flower and Garden Festival. They use it during the Arts Festival as like a shop. So it's fascinating because there is a restaurant right there. So I'm glad they're going to use the restaurant space, but they're also going to be doing meet and greets there. It's going to be kind of the catch-all. And if you've come to the Flower and Garden Festival, you've noticed that there's no festival center now. So there's even less things happening this year, like the the demonstrations and some of the special guests that they had, they're kind of light on that this year because they don't have the space. So going back to some of the rumors, people are looking at the festival space, which is the old, I want to say it's the Body Wars building, but it had a name. They're looking at that, and that could possibly be another thrill ride. Rumor has it that, hey, buddy, rumor has it that it could be a Black Panther, but we'll see. So
careful, the producer's back.
That's right.
Instead of all
Harley's back, so at any moment it could get very loud.
For anyone who doesn't know, Harley is our beagle. He is one of our 2 children, but he's the only one that will come upstairs.
Hey! Watch what you're doing with the cables, pal.
Hey, he's
got a dangerous tail.
It is.
Yeah, that's a dangerous tail.
Cutie.
So we go from the Odyssey at Epcot to the big announcement that dropped this week. Were you ready for it? Are you ready for it?
I'm not.
Are you ready for it?
I'm completely not ready for it. It is too early. It is March. And the fact that first quarter is almost done, I'm a little stunned.
But it's never too early to talk Epcot Food and Wine Festival. I'm kidding. Okay. The dates have been announced for Epcot Food and Wine Festival. 75 days of food and wine from August 30th.
Make it this year.
You might. August 30th through November 12th. It literally is going to be Food and Wine Festival, then Christmas, literally at Epcot.
Oh, yeah.
They did this last year. It was the craziest thing. The Epcot International Food and Wine Festival returns to Disney World this fall with 75 days of entertainment, events, and a veritable cornucopia of food and tasty beverages. That is a tasty beverage.
Cornucopia up there.
I don't own a cornucopia. This is the 23rd year of the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot. Can you imagine 23 years of this?
How long was it the first year?
I want to say that
a week?
They did it. No, what they did, I think they did it over like a couple of weekends.
Okay, I'm just.
And then it evolved. Disney's guests will tell you that it's one of the favorite times of year, which is true. Mm-hmm. The Drinking Around the World T-shirt sales go way up this time of year.
And Disney always says
that they should not do that, and we agree. We don't tell. This year's festival will continue its tradition of fine dining events, appearances by Disney culinarians and top celebrity chefs, and a slate of concerts. Because the concerts are probably one of my favorite part of the Food and Wine Festival. There's not a lot of information to get to share, but we wanted to make sure that you knew that the dates have been announced. If you want to know the most up-to-date, outside of keeping up with www.parkhoppers.com, you can go to tasteepcot.com.
Okay, so wait, Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we went to this week?
No, we went to the Flower and Garden Festival.
I thought it said flower and wine. I mean, food and garden.
It's so confusing.
So there are so many of the same booths there.
Like Florida Fresh.
And some of them they move around.
Yeah.
But there's so many food booths there. That's literally what we did is we went around. We kind of went drinking around the world with some friends. Well, we went drinking around
unofficially.
The world. Yeah. Well, we drank, but we skipped like 8 booths and then we got another drink and then.
Yeah, we were being very judicious in our alcohol consumption.
Yes.
But the thing is, with the lessening of the events, the demonstrations and stuff, it seemed to a lot of people the word on the street is there were more food booths than there was flower and garden stuff.
Well, there were the butterflies.
Right.
And then there's the kiosks that sell the little garden stuff.
Right. But, you had to really kind of look for the topiaries. The topiaries, not that they were hidden, but they, because they're so busy and there's so many people around, it's easy to miss them. Like going into one of the shops this weekend, there was the Bambi topiary, and I'm like, oh, isn't that over by Canada normally?
I got very excited about Winnie the Pooh, but I was trying to figure out why he was where he was. But
yeah, it's weird. Speaking of, there's a Winnie the Pooh movie. Have you seen the trailer for that?
No, I have not seen the trailer, but I have seen the comparison of Winnie the Pooh and what's the other bear? The other Paddington bear.
Paddington.
That there's enough teddy bear love to go around.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Don't be hating. Don't hate the player. Hate the game.
Yeah.
All right.
Teddy bear season.
Let's move forward.
I'm gonna hold all comments. All right. So now we're gonna throw out a little bit of news and a couple of rumors on one of my favorite subjects, runDisney. Yay! Okay. So Princess Weekend was a few weeks ago, almost a month now.
Right.
I'm still hearing people talking about it, seeing lots of wonderful pictures on Facebook, on Twitter. It's been fantastic. But this week, the big announcement was, or the big excitement was, this was the week to register for Wine and Dine. It's the half marathon weekend. It is coming back. It is going to be November 1st through the 4th. So again, right there in the middle of Food and Wine Festival. Very excited. Everybody gets up the morning and there's announcements everywhere on their Facebook page, on the website. Oh, it's postponed. We don't know. It is. So the registration has been temporarily delayed for all of Disney's Wine and Dine half marathon activities.
Was that sound of heads exploding that I heard this morning?
No, that was a couple days ago.
A couple days ago? That's what that boom that I heard?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So they are still working on updates for registration. They keep saying it will come later in the week. So they keep telling us to check back then. I don't know what later means.
Michael Tyne has joined us.
Ooh.
Now we're really in trouble.
So it's later. And it's later again. And now it's still later.
Right.
And this is how some of the people are checking. Has anyone seen anything yet? No, you just asked 5 minutes ago. So we still don't know. So we will let you know as soon as we know anything. And the big question for this, Mom, if you're listening, if you're watching, are you still in? Come on. Mom wants to do the 5K, and so we're going to go do the 5K with her. So now here's the rumor. The rumor about the delay is that runDisney was actually trying to develop their own software, that they were working on ending their partnership with Active.com, and it just blew up in their faces. So I don't know what's happening.
That's right, Harley. You tell him.
See, he doesn't like the rumor parts. He likes facts.
He's mad. He's mad because he knows that Disney's just trying to squeeze a little bit more coin out of everybody.
Who knows? So that was the one rumor. They are figuring out their own registration portal. They're getting away from Active.com. Anyone have any thoughts on that? You know, one way or the other. I'm sure we'll find out the truth sooner or later, but I'd definitely love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions and crazy rumors, and the wilder, the better.
Wow. I think it was delayed because Bigfoot stole the registration forms and got abducted by a UFO and got lost in the Bermuda Triangle.
So somebody actually clicked on the registration. I did not do this yet, and it was Stitch ate the page.
Ah, that's typical.
I will look that up for you later.
Oh, the Stitch ate, man.
Then, now, in relationship to runDisney, here was rumor number 2, and I'm looking for some confirmation. There were people that made their reservations at Disney resorts through Disney agents. Disney, what
travel agents.
Travel planners, travel
agents.
And when they went to try to get a late checkout, they were told they couldn't get it. And then people that just made their own reservations were able to get a late checkout. So people started comparing notes and realized that if you made your reservation through a Disney travel planner, it was like there was some conspiracy. You could not have a late checkout on race day.
Why on Disney late?
I don't know. I wonder if they had noted, hey, don't give these people late checkout, because that would have given everybody late checkout. So they have to be, they can't have everybody late checkout because people are trying to check in. The rooms have to get cleaned. So, Yeah,
but not everybody's staying there for the race. I mean, that's presupposing that everybody that made a reservation through the Disney travel planner was there to run the race.
Well, I'm sure they asked. And so
that's crazy.
So there was a lot of interesting rumors going on through there. And, if you're part of the running community and you belong to any of these Facebook pages or, different blogs and stuff, the rumors and frustration and hate and everything that comes out after a race or leading up to a race, or you start talking about people line jumping into the queues, and you talk about bib stealing, and you talk about all the course cutting, and man, I just want to get a thing of popcorn and just be like, it's like that Michael Jackson meme.
Just get some checks mixed.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting.
So did anyone experience this? Do you have anything against, that you can say this didn't happen or it did happen, or if you have a reason why? Disney does things for a reason. So
if you book through a Disney travel planner, you're penalized.
That's what it sounded like.
Wow. Another death knell for the Disney travel planner community.
But it could be all a rumor. This is the rumor section.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah.
Excellent. Good stuff, yo.
There we go. Which is why I'm wearing my dopey shirt, or goofy shirt, or it's cold. I needed long sleeves.
Right. All right, guys. That's pretty much the news and rumors for this week. There's a lot of other stuff coming out, and we'll get that make sure you visit us at www.parkhoppers.com. We try to keep that as up to date with news and stuff there. But if you really want to be in the know on all the craziness and the shenanigans that we get into, definitely want to sign up for the newsletter. Go to www.parkhoppers.com/newsletter. You can sign up. It's totally free. We try to keep that pretty full of information, lots of fun stuff there. Little help from Tony with the Did You Knows and stuff. We've recently remodeled that, made it look really, really good. Trying to put as much information there as possible, make it worth letting us have your email address, so we send it out once a week. So other than that, my friends, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think it's a happy Tuesday, and yeah.
All right. So let's, can we take a few minutes since we did this in 20 minutes? We'll take about 2 or 3 minutes to do like a Q&A. Can we do some Q&A?
Absolutely.
If you have a question, drop it in the chat room and we'll try to get to it.
Let's see.
Marcelo, you guys need to get Travel with Rick on here. Yeah. No.
Wait. Well, I want to ask.
No.
I was say no, but so Travel with Rick on here or Disney Parks podcast. So what would you like to hear Travel with Rick talk about? That's what I would love to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm half of Disney Parks podcast, so.
Well, yeah, but we
should get Tony on here.
We should get Tony on.
Oh my God, just to watch these two go at it. Rick is busy.
John
Rick is
never
busy.
had siblings, so he doesn't get the whole me and Tony kind of.
Rick is busy doing Rick things, and he's not doing any of the a lot of the Travel with Rick videos. And I worked with him on a lot of those. Loved every minute of it. Maybe not so much the 2 o'clock editing sessions, 2 o'clock in the morning editing sessions, but that's neither here nor there. But Rick and I are still close. We're good friends, and I don't know. Maybe we'll have him on here someday. The thing about
we ordered the microwave a new filter.
Yeah.
Maybe we needed to order you one.
We don't need a new filter. The thing about Rick is he's running his company and he's got his things that he focuses on, and he'll be the first to tell you he doesn't necessarily keep up with all the ins and outs of the Disney news and rumors like we do. So what we should do probably is reach out to some of our friends who are still travel agents over there and have them come on, because they're the ones actually are in the know. Not that Rick doesn't know a lot. I'm not trying to intimate that at all, but he just doesn't keep up with the minutia Disney facts and figures like we do.
Has people that know when he needs to know.
He's a good leader in the sense that he has people that know that stuff. So
exactly.
So there's that. What other questions you guys have? We're going to keep this open for a little bit. I like the Q&A stuff.
Let's see. Rebecca thinks that runDisney might actually be developing their own software. Haha.
Of course they are. If they have a partnership with Active.com, that means that a portion of the runDisney event proceeds will go to Active.com, and the same company that charges you $45 to park 6 feet closer to the front door of a theme park is going to try to figure out ways to save as much money as humanly possible. Exactly. As a shareholder, we're very excited about that. Now, as actual users of the Active.com brand, we're not so much, but that's how that kind of works.
I actually ended my Active.com membership because I wasn't running as much anymore. So the perks that came with the paid membership wasn't helping me as much, maybe in a couple of years.
Right.
Had some health stuff last year, and so got away from a lot of races. So I'm doing 2 or 3 a year now.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks, Marcel. We still have good chemistry. Rick and I traveled a lot together. We always have a good time when we hang out. I could tell you I can't actually tell you legally. I can't tell you some of the stories. We had a lot of fun.
He wonders why I asked about his filter.
We had a lot of fun.
All right, Michael's Hyde. Have we heard? I'm assuming that I understand this question.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah.
No, we have not heard that rumor about. Have we heard that rumor?
I've heard a rumor.
Oh, so that the resorts are going to start charging for parking.
There's been a rumor for a long time. And Michael, I appreciate the question, my friend. Thanks. He's another in the know guy. There's been rumors and talk about this for a couple of years now, especially when they started really upping the prices for parking at the theme parks, because there's so many locals who like to park at the resorts and jump on the monorail or jump on the watercraft or jump on, somewhere that what? Am I being outed?
Yeah.
We don't necessarily like to park and tram in. Disney has contemplated doing a resort fee. Now, the funny thing is Disney is still one of the last holdouts in most all of Orlando that doesn't charge a resort fee to park.
So another interesting thing is for their meetings, for very basic internet, they don't charge either. So there are things that their costs are lower, but the overall price to stay there is higher. Now, when I say basic, you might be able to check your email. You're not going to be streaming YouTube, but there's things that they do. Yeah,
you can do that. And as a park goer, if you jump into one of the resorts, I mean, you can log on to the internet there. And right now, you don't have to pay to park. But one day, I mean, parking is limited, and the resorts aren't empty.
Swan and Dolphin charge to park.
Yeah, so they're having a little bit of an issue, and I think they're trying to maintain the come park here to a degree. But like with the story about Easter, parking restrictions, it's really difficult to enforce unless they make everybody have a reservation and everybody have a reservation number, and they check it and double check it. And if you don't have a reservation number, you can't park here at all.
And they do that on busy times.
Yeah, and so they're kind of holding out. But the thing is, and this is just me being funny, peculiar, Disney's not going to lower the rate, their rack rate for rooms.
No,
and
it's just going to be tacked on top of it.
They're going to tack on top of it. So that's right.
All right.
Another question from Fran. Are they doing anything with the building that used to be the Wonders of Life Pavilion that was used for
International Food and Garden?
Yeah. We talked about that a little earlier. You missed that. So there's a big rumor. It's not being used currently, obviously, and they had some Imagineers and some bigwigs walk around there the other day. The big, huge rumor was, because it's going to be so close to the Guardians of the Galaxy attraction, that it could be a Black Panther attraction.
Right.
Now, the problem with that is Black Panther is not so much prominent, but he is on display at Universal, and per the Universal and Marvel agreement, we can't have the same characters this side of the Mississippi. So it might be a little bit of a challenge to have a Black Panther attraction, but
I think that's just a rumor.
Yeah, I think it is too. It could be anything. What I'm really hoping is that they transform Future World, which Future World is the front part of Epcot.
Yes.
We had the Land Pavilion and Test Track and all that stuff right before you get the promenade and get into World Showcase. I'm really hoping that what they do is they transform all of Future World into Stark Expo.
Ooh.
So if they were to do that, then what they could do is take the Wonders of Life Pavilion and turn it into a Doctor Strange attraction, or an attraction, Captain Marvel when Captain Marvel comes out, or something there that would be interesting. Mm-hmm. They've ducked around the Marvel's logo on a couple things, but right now that contract is pretty tight.
That we share almost. So yeah. And speaking of, just to go back to something we talked about earlier, the Epcot Odyssey building, the thing that killed me about this, and I meant to say it then, is so these Imagineers have gone out and they're looking at that building, so a different building than what we were just talking about, and they said, this is what we think we might do with it. And here's a couple of ideas. No dates, no times, come on, Disney, you know what you're going to do. So either don't dangle the carrot or wait until the plan is all in place and then say, okay, here's the plan. We're starting construction next month and it'll be done in 6 months. Because seriously, I think it was 5 or 7 years that we waited for Pandora Land.
Yeah. But if you go back and you look at the artwork that they released for kind of like the reimagining of Epcot, they have a lot of buildings that don't actually exist in the rendering. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that they're ready to make the grand announcement yet. And,
so they should make no announcement.
Yeah, they ran into the problem. They ran into the problem with Pandora, and they certainly ran into it with New Fantasyland, where they had all these things out there, and we were expecting to see these buildings and these restaurants and stuff, and they just fell apart. They just weren't there. Budgetary constraints or time constraints. So yeah, I think they're playing it close to the vest, but at the same time, they're still trying to generate some excitement. I don't blame them for that.
I don't blame them either, but there's only so much excitement you can generate when you're kind of dragging it out over all those years.
True.
So
true.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Actually, I think we're out of time.
We're getting there.
Okay.
If there's another question pops up, I might go in another minute over.
Dear.
All right. Another question. All right. Well, guys, we certainly appreciate the time you taken out of your evening to watch us. We appreciate you guys coming over to www.parkhoppers.com. We want to make sure that you come back next Tuesday night. Let us know if you like the 7 o'clock hour better than the 8 o'clock. Seemed to work a little bit better, work better for us. Not that that's the end all cure all.
And even if, and the other thing is, if 7 o'clock works better for half the people, the 8 o'clock people can still watch it at 8 o'clock.
Right.
You just won't be live.
Right.
But we will definitely be checking on your comments. So
absolutely.
Just because it's not live does not mean we don't want to hear from you.
All right. And we appreciate you guys. We hope that all your dreams come true. Make sure you come visit us at www.parkhoppers.com. 4 parks, 1 world.
And everything in between.
We'll see you guys next week.
Good night.